Hello, fabulous people. Welcome to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Florence, and I am an integrative nutrition health coach. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Hit that bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. If you haven't watched my introductory video, please go back and watch it so that you can get up to speed on what we are all about. Here we talk about getting our swag back and aging fabulously. So before we get to the fun stuff, we need to get our house in order. Right? We cannot talk about aging fabulously without making sure we have a foundation. So just like when you're building a house, you need a foundation that will weather the storm. So what are these foundations? What are these healthy foundations that you need to make sure are in order? There are three types of foundations, and I call them the three S's. Shaky, stable, and solid. So let's start with the shaky foundation. And as the word says, it is shaky, it is not stable, and it will not last long before you have cracks and have to start doing the repairs. A stable foundation is not too bad, but it will also not last you very long, right? So then we have the solid foundation. This is strong and steady and is able to stand and weather storms in life, right? So what are these foundations, and how do you even start building the foundations? So one, you have to ask yourself, do you have a healthy support system? Families, friends, community, church family. Two, how are your finances? Do you have a retirement plan? Are you comfortable financially? Maybe you're at that stage in life where you're coming to a stage where you are not going to be receiving a traditional paycheck, right? If you have a business, can it run on its own so that you're able to do the things that you've always wanted to do? You have worked half your life building a family, building a career, building a business. So now you have the other half of your life where you have to consider if during the first half of your life you actually worked and planned for that later part of your life, right? So are your finances in order? Here are some untraditional sources of income that you can invest in. One, life insurance. I know for the longest time people have thought of life insurance as something that will benefit only your beneficiaries after you die. But now there are policies that you have living benefits, right? And the younger you are, the better, because the premiums are lower. These are benefits that you can use in case of an emergency, in case of a health emergency. You might have a life-threatening illness that needs to be taken care of, and life insurance can take care of this. Then there are investments. There are numerous numbers of investments, money order, government bonds that will give you dividends. So as I keep on saying, the earlier you start, the better, and just keep building on it. Keep building on it. Don't be like me. I did not start seriously thinking about investing until I was in my late 50s. I'm now 64. So as you can see, I don't have a lot of time. So I am asking you to learn from my mistakes. learn from my mistakes, start early, and have that foundation, right? Kudos to those 30s and 40s and 50s who have started early. Good for you. Keep it up and keep building on that foundation. Then the other thing is wills. Do you have a will? I know a lot of people, especially of my people who look like me, do not believe in wills. They have this mentality that when you get a will, you're going to die tomorrow. That's not the case. You need to have a will with advance directives that will take care of your wishes, right? Let your family know what your wishes are. Third, do you have all these documents? Do you have everything documented? It is very important to make sure that we have our investments, our wills, our insurance all documented so that our family knows how to access these documents in case of your death. And this makes everything very, very easy for the family. They don't have to struggle looking for things and trying to think of what your wishes are. And this just makes everything much, much easier. All these are things we need to ask ourselves as we age. And the earlier you start, the better. I was talking to my son the other day about the importance of starting to invest early. Now I'm in my 60s and I am scrambling, trying to build my foundation. I am late. I don't want you to be late. Please learn from my mistake, and start early. So there are 3 types of people, and I call them the 3 Ds, right? They are doers, they are dreamers, and they are drifters. So let's start with the drifters. These are people whose imagination and light and creative energy have slowly dimmed or is almost completely burnt out. And most of these drifters live from paycheck to paycheck, right? Without worrying or without even thinking about the future. And don't get me wrong, I was a drifter for the longest time, right? Then we have the dreamers, right? The dreamers spend a lot of time thinking and planning on things that they would like happen, right? And it's okay. Having dreams is good because it nourishes our soul, gives us hope, and it gives us hope and purpose beyond ourselves. But you have to be grounded enough so you can take the practical steps needed to make your dreams come true. All right? Then there are the doers. These are people who get things done. They take action rather than just talk and think about things. So be a doer. Get onto it. Start building that foundation. Start early. The earlier you start, the better. The premiums are lower, like for life insurance. Investments, you have a longer time for investment to build your portfolio. Then there's the other side of the coin. You have worked hard for the first half of your life. You have built a family, you have built a career, you have a business, and your foundation is solid. And you're now ready to retire and enjoy your hard-earned money. But guess what? You don't have the energy anymore to do the things that you thought you would do when you retire. So now what? Are you going to leave all this hard-earned wealth to your family? There's nothing wrong with that, but that was not the intended purpose. That is where healthcare comes in. Self-care. You have to take care of yourself. All right? I know there has been a lot of talk on social media about self-care and self-love. And rightly so. Because seriously, self-care is not selfish. Self-care is the most important gift that you can give to yourself, to your family, to your community, because you'll be able to live independently longer and not be a burden to the community or to your family. So self-care is of paramount importance, right? If there's anything we have learned from COVID, is that we have to be prepared. We have to have a solid, healthy foundations. Take care of your health, physically, mentally. It is just as important as the food you eat. So my takeaway is build on that foundation. Have a strong foundation that will help you live a fabulous life as you age. Start early. Don't wait. Learn from us. Learn from my mistake. Start early. Right? And you will be able to at least age fabulously when you're financially stable. You know your families are in good hands. They don't have to worry about your wishes. They don't have to worry about finances So that is what we needed to talk about today. Healthy foundation. Until next time, to your health and happiness.